Hey everybody, today I just want to do a quick video. There was a whole bunch of discussion on the LabVIEW Discord, yesterday, today about syntax highlighting in LabVIEW, just because LabVIEW doesn't natively have a way to do syntax highlighting. There's been some discussion on different ways, to handle that, what would be nice, what would not be nice. I just wanted to share one way that I put together a little bit ago in the past. There's a lot of ways to do this. I know Norm's working on some cool stuff too. That's kind of takes us a little further even. But yeah, I just wanted to show how you can do some simple syntax highlighting in LabVIEW. So what I have here is I'm using a library called ScintillaNET. So this is a .NET written in C# library based on Scintilla, which basically does your syntax highlighting for you. So here I have, you can see it's just a bunch of .NET properties and invoke nodes. Not the cleanest, but it works fine for basically setting up the syntaxing. And this library is really cool because it has a whole bunch of built-in lexers for different common types. So you can see right here, I have Python selected, but they also have, C++, HTML, XML, SQL, VB Script, MATLAB, Fortran. You can see they've got, R, PowerShell, JSON. So they've got a lot of the big ones, the stuff that'll cover probably 90+% of use cases. And then it's set up such that you can actually create your own lexers and you can load them from files as well. So beyond just what's built into the library, you can actually add a very large amount. And there's a whole bunch of lexer files already created from the community that you can use as well. So yeah, what we're doing is basically connecting to this control, and then we're resetting styles, setting just an initial size and font, and then some of these, there's some cool settings you can do. I can show you what some of these do, but yeah, just for different, showing indentation, stuff like that, that I think is kind of cool. Here, just the only sub VI in this example, we're just setting a whole bunch of colors. So, for example, comments, right, I'm setting to green, and numbers I'm setting to teal, and strings I'm setting to purple. And if I wanted to change those colors, I can just go here. It's not, perfect, but it works well enough for, just some kind of static colors for a whole bunch of different things. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm setting colors, and also things like bold and italics I'm setting from there as well. And then yeah, setting my lexer, and then it also allows you to specify keywords. So keywords are going to be things that might be unique to a language that you want to highlight. So those might be things like as and def and lambda, all this stuff is specific to Python that I want to be able to highlight in this text. And then here I have just a simple bit of Python code. I'm going to just delete a line so I can edit it, and you can kind of see what that looks like. And I'm just writing that to text. From there, basically everything is handled through the control, and it actually has a whole bunch of cool properties that I haven't implemented yet, such as like auto-indentation and stuff like that. So you can actually set it to auto-indent you to the right line, so you get good formatting, which is a big deal in Python. So yeah, pretty simple, really not that complicated, and this is only a very small subset of what you can do with this library. You can go way further beyond, and you can customize just about everything of this control. So you can see if I go here, I can control stuff like back colors and front colors and fonts and all this stuff. And then as you get down into the Scintilla, there's like a gigantic list of all of the things that you can control on it. So yeah, a lot of customizability. I barely am scratching the surface with this, but yeah, good enough to show a demo. But yeah, so yeah, I can go and I can run this, and I get my my code from the string constant, but you can see now that it's highlighted. So, certain keywords are highlighted, my functions, comments, strings, all that cool stuff. The other cool thing though is I can then go work in this control and it will actually go and highlight text as I go, which is really cool. So for example, let's go add a line here. I don't have auto indentation on, but that's totally an option. So I want this to return, and you can see it automatically highlighted the word return. And I can put my message here. And automatically knows that that is a string and colored it purple. So really cool. And then from here, I can just go have this exported out. So yeah, if I want to be able to use this as an editor and then basically take the raw text and write it to a file or pass it to something else, I can do that. So really, really cool, super customizable. Like I said, this is really just kind of scratching the surface. These colors also, they aren't the prettiest. I just kind of picked colors. But yeah, you could spend a little time making it look a little prettier. So yeah, if you've been looking for a really simple way to just do some syntax highlighting, so whether you're using it for SQL queries, for writing Python code, or just viewing it or small edits of that code, JSON, XML, really simple, Scintilla.net, and you can take this. If you look at some of the examples of what other people have done, they've built full-blown IDEs using this. So it's extremely powerful. So this is really just scratching the surface of what you can do with Scintilla. So that's one way that you can do syntax highlighting in LabVIEW, and thanks for watching.
Canon Controls is your gateway to mastering LabVIEW. Dive into programming for data acquisition, industrial communications, and manufacturing automation. Explore how to enhance your projects with cybersecurity best practices. Join the journey to elevate your skills and secure your systems with every episode.